So guys, we've got a very interesting video where we've got JT explaining how he approaches the markets on 110 minutes, breaking things down and then looking for a confirmation candle, and where one trade he actually made a 1 to 15R. Crazy, right? So let's get straight into it to learn and earn. All right, JT, thanks for having us and going through your trading strategy and your trades here. Take us away. Show us these two trades you got and explain them to us.
Okay, so I do my levels out for the week. I use a 110-minute chart to help me with that. I know that sounds crazy, but
Why is that?
so it's a little bit different, honestly. People like to use hourly. People like to use 2 hour. It's just something that I've discovered that gives me a little bit of an edge. Something different. You don't want to do what everybody else is doing, so just something I've noticed that it's worked out better for me. So that's kind of really why. So then I draw down to a 15-minute chart, and you can see that I have these levels pointed out. Now, these are fib numbers, but the way that I do levels, it's a little bit different. I'm not really going to get into that just because it's kind of a little bit, a little bit of a secret sauce, to be honest with you. But at this point, this is a dollar yen. And I'm looking at price pushing into a prior Asian session high these two last prior days. And what I like to do at this point is look at the fixed range volume profile from this low to high here. And I'm going to run this extended to the right. And I'm going to run this forward a little bit. And as price starts to slow down here, I'm just running this forward. I'm seeing that price is starting to reject up here, over this Asian session high. And I have a 15-minute candle. What I'm looking for is a 15-minute candle to close below a prior one. That gives me confirmation. That's my confirmation bias. So what I look for here now is I take a short, the close of that candle. I put my stop above the high of these candles.
Lovely.
And then I'm targeting down to this 0%. Now, for you to understand what this means, the way I draw these levels, it's premium, discount, and fair value, And 0, to me, is where I believe the market thinks fair value is for this asset. So I'm just going to run this forward from here, and you can see that there we go.
Do you
trade worked out
to run all the way down to take profit, or?
So what I like to do is each of these levels that I have here, I like to take partials and then move stop down. So that's what I would do is I'd move the stop down in profit here. And then once we reached this one here, I wouldn't necessarily move it all the way up to here. I'd kind of let it run. The one thing that I do like to emphasize to people is if the risk reward that you have on your trade left is less than a 1-to-1, then figure out a way to make it at least 1-to-1. What I mean by that is, let's say you're up, for example, 80 pips. You have 10 pips left on your trade. Don't risk the 80 pips, right? Maybe risk, the 5 to get the last 10, whatever. Lock in that move. You know what I'm saying? So
either secure profit or reduce the stop loss, or just find it a way that you're doing a 1-to-1 as opposed to risking it into a negative R, I'm assuming is what you mean.
Correct. Yeah, you don't want to have a negative R situation. This was really a high R situation. I just got kind of lucky on it, honestly. Usually I'm looking for 3-to-1s on these, but this opportunity presented a pretty good one.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. Don't forget to check out link in the description below for 15% off. It massively supports these channels, supports these interviews, and supports me. So if you do want to support us, link in the description below if you want to get it, and there's 15% off your funded challenge. Let's get back to the video.
So here on this trade, this was the NASDAQ trade today that I took. And what I was looking at was, again, from low to high here, measuring the volume profile, and then looking up to the left here in our previous sessions where we had the London low here, back here, and this New York AM low. And I wanted to see how price would react to these areas. And if we could get price to go underneath the point of control and back below those areas, I'd take a short trade. So you can see price pushes up towards those areas here, as you can see.
Hmm.
And then I'm watching to see that reaction here. I love to see dips into prior session highs and lows as opportunities that once they fail, I can take a trade. So you can see here that price is now rejecting. And once price got below this point of control, I entered my short trade. So once price got below this point of control right here at this point, my stop was above the high and I was targeting the London low of the current session. So it's a good 3.5 to 1 trade. And we can run this forward and you can see that we tagged it right there to the tick.
So, so are you? Is that a pending there, or you just manually enter? How would you enter this trade? Because the before one, you had a
So
confirmation
I'm
candle.
Yeah, so I manually enter in most of my trades because I don't set a lot of limit orders. Usually, I'm just looking for, like I said, I want to react instead of predict. So
Correct.
I'm looking to see how the market is reacting, and then once the market shows me that it wants to do, then I have a very clear parameters,
Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough.
and I can see that was a nice exit.
Yeah.
All right.
Amazing. Appreciate that. Thank you very, very much for that. I mean, before we enter finish this section here, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
So you can find me at Find Your Edge Trading on Instagram or at Find Your Edge Now on Twitter.
Hmm.
And my website's findyouredgetrading.com.
Appreciate it. And then if there was one last piece of advice, what would it be that you want to share?
Um, Always stay humble, right? You don't
Fair
want
enough.
to get too caught up in the wins and
Hmm.
too caught up in the losses either. You want to stay as level, even keel emotionally as possible when it comes to trading. That way, you can go through the storms and go through the good times without getting overconfident or without getting too caught up in the negativity to where you're just doing what you shouldn't be doing as a trader.
Fair enough. I love that. I love that. I appreciate you, man. So thank you for your time, JT.
Thank you.
So guys, I hope you guys learned and earned. What are the top things you guys learned? Comment below. Did you enjoy this video? Let me know. What is there you would like to have see more of in these interviews and these breakdowns, and give us your feedback so I can bring them for you guys moving forward on our content. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Champ out. Peace.